Hello, my name is Juan Candelario and I am from Group 2. Today I will be discussing a very controversial issue, which is gun control in the United States. Gun control is a very hot button issue today because many people want to regulate guns while others do not want the regulations. In this video, I will be discussing the side that advocates for gun control. Mainly, I will be focusing on the gun laws that have been put in place throughout the time to regulate the guns, and I will also be discussing how the country perceives the guns, and I will be discussing how other countries deal with their guns with the implementation of laws that they have chosen. First, let's discuss gun laws here in the United States and their impact. According to the Daily Beast, there have only been three major gun control laws that have had a great impact on the accessibility to guns. The first law was the National Firearms Act of 1992, which was created because of Al Capone's men killing other mobsters. The law restricted ownership of machine guns and many other guns that were mainly used by gangsters at the time. The second major law was a Gun Control Act that was created because of the assassination of Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy. This law affected the importation of guns by implementing restrictions, forced gun dealers to create licensing requirements, and does not allow felons to buy guns. The third and final major gun control law was the Brady Bill, and it was created after people tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan. This law made background checks a requirement that had to be met by people who wanted to buy guns in the entire country. According to The Economist, if people are legally allowed to have guns on the person, it leads to more dangerous incidents because they have an easier access to those guns. The Economist also states that all efforts to create effective gun control laws in times of tragedies are ineffective because they usually don't get passed. Second, let's discuss how people perceive guns. According to the American Journal of Public Health, many voters in the state of Florida believe that the government should do more to reduce gun violence. They want them to do this by making them implement improved background checks and prohibiting the purchase of high-capacity magazines and assault rifles. And the American Journal of Public Health also stated that a 2017 Harvard poll showed that the people between the ages of 18 and 29 support improved gun control measures and laws in the country. The Gulf News states that a lot of white Americans would want shooters to be of Muslim or African American ethnicity so that they can have a reason to own guns, which is to protect America from those shooters that are from other ethnicities. The Economist states that many supporters of guns believe that if more people own guns, then there will be less crime in the country because they have the weapons to defend themselves. On the other hand, many people believe that the easy access to guns creates more crime because they all have an easier access to the guns which they can use to kill people. Lastly, I will discuss how other countries in the world handle their gun situation. According to the Tribune Business News, Japan has some of the strictest gun control laws in the world. Japan has set up a very rigorous system that people have to go through in order to obtain the guns. This system includes taking a test, proving that they are mentally stable, and that they do not consume drugs. They also had to pass a very invasive background check. This process is also very expensive, which would cost around 115,000 yen or around $1,000 to 1,000 American dollars. This has resulted in only 11 deaths caused by guns in 2011 in Japan. According to the Boston College International and Comparative Law Review, Mexico has some of the strictest gun control laws in the world. If people want to obtain a gun, they first have to go to a military base in Mexico, and then they must prove that they are honest and that they have finished any necessary military service, that they haven't committed any crimes with guns, and that they do not consume drugs. They also must prove provide a valid reason for them wanting to own a gun. On top of that, the Mexican government only allows their people to own low power weapons. According to The Economist, in 1996, Australia witnessed a shooter kill 32 people, which quickly prompted the Australian government to create stricter gun control laws that have resulted in only 2 shooting sprees that have had only 7 deaths since the creation of those gun laws. This concludes my video on gun control. In this video, I covered 3 major topics, which are gun laws in the United States, the perception of guns in the country, and gun control laws in other countries. In my honest opinion, I think that the government should try to do more to create better gun control laws to make it more difficult for people to get guns. This would prevent a lot of tragedies from occurring, especially those that involve school shootings where many innocent lives are lost. Thank you for your attention, and